Hey Presto people, great to see you. How to play the blues piano lesson 4. We're going to build on some of the ideas that we did in lesson 3 and teach you more of those cool riffs that were in there. We're also going to give you some cool finger strength and speed exercises as well. It's coming right up. Let's have a look at a lot of people's favourite little riff that's in that piece in lesson 3, which is this one. I'll show you how to play that. So I'm starting with fingers 2 and 4 on these two notes. Here I've got E flat and G flat, or F sharp if you wish, but we'll call it G flat in this instance. And I'm going from there to fingers 3 and 5 on E and G. So I've gone from E flat and G flat with fingers 2 and 4 to E and G with fingers 3 and 5. And then a C on its own. And then I repeat that much. E flat and G flat, fingers 2 and 4, 3 on E, 5 on G, down to the C again. So that bit is... Play that slowly with the left hand so you can see how it fits from a rhythm perspective. And then back down the pattern. And then D and F with fingers 2 and 4. And then C and E. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... This is the little riff that happens on the G chord. That pattern again starts on a G and a third finger on E and little finger on G, using notes there from the C major scale, but based on the G chord here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. I'll show you that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Notice that I'm sliding from the E flat to the E. Make sure you're aiming for the E. You want all the strength on the E and just catch the E flat lightly, very gently. You don't want all your weight on that note because you end up with this otherwise. Notice it's quite light there because I'm aiming for this note. So that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and. Then on beat 2 we're going to come down to the D and the F. So you've come down from E to G to the D and the F. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Notice C and E there, but now I've gone to fingers 2 and 4. Let's do that very, very slowly. From the beginning, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and then we want 4. That's B and D there, but notice I'm sliding from the B flat to the D. Same kind of thing, very lightly on that B flat. So let's have a look at just up to there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Do that again very, very slowly. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. To build strength on that little pattern, what we'll do is a G, D, G. This is a very, very common blues pattern that we're about to show you now. G, D, G. I'll play the pattern first for you. Now, it sounds quite repetitive like that, but it's used as like a little fill or a build up to something. As I say, it's very, very common in the blues. So we have the root, the fifth, and the octave. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide from the raised fourth here, raised fourth of G, which is C sharp, or you could call it the flattened fifth, same note on the keyboard there. And on beat number 1, you're going to slide using again that technique where we just catch it on the way to the D, but it's the D that you're aiming for. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, the main thing is that the bulk of the work is actually being done by my wrist there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and notice for now I'm emphasizing the main strong beat. So I'm actually going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and keep this nice and relaxed. It's almost like a wave going on. If I slowed that right down, you end up with this kind of motion going on, where you can see there that I've got my arm, which is being nice and relaxed. And it's the wrist that's giving way going up and down. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and allowing my hand to drop down onto the keyboard to give you more weight to that sound. So let's go from the beginning of that little pattern, and we'll put the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now slide. On beat number 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's try that a little bit quicker now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sliding on beat number 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a little faster still now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Slide on beat 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, a great little practice tip for you now is to practice round and round the riff that you're doing, and then leave a bar, and then come back in with that same riff. I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So if we were going to practice that figure from the end of this lesson 3 piece, then we can do that like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can see there that I'm playing the riff for a bar and then leave a bar, come back in for the riff, and all that's doing is helping us to practice the riff and also our coordination between the two hands. The ending is a very simple little pattern. In the left hand we have this bass line. I'll show that again. So starting on G, G, A, 3 on the F sharp to G sharp, or G flat to A flat. Play that again for you. And in the right hand, we start here on that E flat and G flat, D and F in the right hand, C and E in the right hand. That bit all together is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then final section in the right hand, F and D to E and B flat. And in the left hand, D flat octaves down to C octaves. We end up with. So the final section goes 3, 4, 1. As promised, here are some of those speedy finger exercises. So always warm up your fingers before you get going on the tricky stuff. So simple exercises like 5 fingers on 5 notes. We'll always do you really, really well. Make sure that you're nice and relaxed and that you throw in your fingers down as well. Don't push them down so much, because when you stress your hand by pushing the fingers down, you're tensing your hand, and tense muscles can't move very quickly. But if you're nice and relaxed and you are more throwing your fingers down for speedy work, that's how you manage to achieve a nice flowing sound and manage to play at great speed and with great velocity as well, so you end up with a nice loud firm tone out of the piano. So stay nice and relaxed and get those 5-finger exercises going first of all. Then you can try some of these more advanced ones. So for example, if you hold down fingers 1 and 2, wait for that sound to die away, and now whilst holding those 2 down, you try this: 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4. Notice that I'm playing with strong fingers. I'm trying to keep my hand as relaxed as I can, and notice that 1 and 2 are just staying down. Notice that these are seesaw fingers. I'm picking my fingers back up just as decisively as I am putting them down. And then once you're comfy with that, perhaps try it a little bit quicker. That's really tough because you're working this part of your hand and trying to keep those down as well. So if you do try that exercise, then try this one. Hold down fingers 1, 2 and 3 and just play 4 and 5. That kind of thing. Next exercise, hold down 1, 3 and 5 and alternate between fingers 2 and 4. I'm over exaggerating there, moving 2 and 4 just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Keeping your hand nice and relaxed. And then the opposite of that, where you hold down 2 and 4 and play 1, 3, 5, 3 and so on, playing that round and round, making sure that you keep your hands nice and relaxed. As I say, of course, try the left hand as well. You can try the 2 hands at the same time. Don't worry too much about the sound, because of course the chords will sound weird. I mean, you could try it whereby you're holding down these notes here and then play 2 E's, 2 F's, 2 G's. You could do it in that way. You choose the notes, but it's the actual exercise of holding and playing at the same time does your fingers the world of good. Of course, if you don't practice these, then you can't benefit from them. They're really, 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 really good exercises to try. They're fantastic for your fingers. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Please do consider subscribing and also click on the playlist for more of the blues if you haven't finished the other lessons yet. Take care. We'll see you next time.